Dan Brennan, I'm the general contractor, owner of WestHaven Builders. So there's an interesting history behind the beams here. So all the timber you see there, they were taken out of a 200-year-old barn. Where the story turns really interesting is the fact that the lady that we got the barn from, it's been in her family for years. It's the last standing piece structure from the old farm that was put up by her great-great-grandfather. So it meant everything to them, but it was falling down. Many people had approached her trying to take the barn down. She refused. She was holding on to it as the last piece of her past. And I approached her and asked her, listen, I want to take this barn, but I don't want to sell the wood. So she finally agreed. Cried her eyes out when she signed the contract for me to take the barn down. Cried her eyes out when we dropped the barn down to the ground. Very emotionally attached. So we have all this wood sitting here and we need some really, really good oak timbers for this, and it popped into my head. I'm like, this is perfect. This is something that is right in front of everybody's face. So we went ahead and used it, and we got it all done, and I called her up and I said, by the way, it's just so you know, some of your family's barn timber is now holding up the new front entrance at the Clair Inn. And she started crying all over again, and they immediately came down, they took photos next to it. I think that's kind of where you transcend structure, you transcend just bricks and mortar, and you go into a whole different area of personal, where your heart is attached to it. That's just stuff you can't recreate. And I think that's the cool part about this project is there's all these little stories, but that's one of the unique pieces of this front entrance. Lots of little stories have went into making the big story, which is called the Clair Inn.